des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on God for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on God for thee.
Please be seated. Welcome to the Faculty of Extension 2014 graduation ceremony. A few housekeeping items. Please remember to turn off or put on vibrate all electronic devices. Family and friends are encouraged to take pictures after the ceremony. Graduates are to return to their assigned seats after their picture with the professional photographer and remain seated until the end of the ceremony. Please welcome eminent Chancellor Ralph Young.
Welcome and good afternoon. My name is Ralph Young, and I have the high privilege and honor of serving as the Chancellor of this wonderful university. I'm very delighted to have the opportunity to bring official greetings from the University of Alberta. But to begin, I first wish to acknowledge and honor all Indigenous peoples, including the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations of Treaty 6, and to acknowledge the traditional lands on which we are gathered today. I also wish to acknowledge and honor the immigrants from many nations whose contributions have added so much to our rich heritage. Our university is blessed with a diverse and inclusive culture which is built on the legacy of all who have come before us. This is a time of great joy and thanksgiving, and we're so glad so many friends and family members could join us to celebrate your accomplishments. I know that our lives are busy, and it seems in my experience, the older that I get, the busier time seems to go, and faster time seems to go by. Chief Crowfoot of the Siksika Nation provided the following reflection on life to keep life in perspective. What is life? It is a flash of a firefly in the night. It is the breath of a buffalo in the wintertime. It is a little shadow that runs across the grass and loses itself in the sunset. So there is real value in slowing our pace and stopping to celebrate something truly important. Today is such an occasion, and I'm very honored to share it with you. One of the things I most enjoy about volunteering as Chancellor and Chair of the Senate is the opportunity to meet University of Alberta students and to see their many, many accomplishments. This afternoon, I offer my sincere congratulations on your achievements, and also want to charge you to go out in the world and use your career talents to serve our community and serve your families. And also thank you for the commitment you've made to serving our greater community in key areas such as immigrant services, employability, language support for international students, and opportunities related to public policy and economic development. Together, you challenge our entire university family to look at learning in all its dimensions for people of all ages and all backgrounds. It is my sincere hope that the knowledge and skills which you've acquired during your time with the University of Alberta have brought you some measure of joy and success and will serve well as you continue your journey of lifelong learning. So in closing, please enjoy today's celebration, and please accept my very best personal congratulations and best wishes for your future. Enjoy the balance of your day. Thank you.
Dean, Katie Campbell, Chancellor, Mr. Ralph Young, Provost, Dr. Carl Amrine, distinguished guests, graduands, families, and friends. I am honored to be here today to bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Governors of the University. Graduation is a special time when the entire university community gathers to celebrate your tremendous achievements. Indeed, we have much to celebrate, but today we especially gather to celebrate you, the graduating class of 2014. You have achieved a level of excellence which will be forever recognized in your university certificate, a University of Alberta certificate. As a representative of the Board of Governors, I want to assure you that the university remains steadfast in its pursuit of being among the world's great public universities, and our Board of Governors stands united in its commitment to excellence across the entire institution. It is, indeed, as you all know, an extraordinary time for the University of Alberta and for our province. Your certificate positions you to compete with the very best in the world. You are only limited by your own ambition and creativity, both of which I know you both have in abundance. In short, graduates, you are our pride and joy, and I know that you will bring great honor to our institution as you work to solve the many challenges currently facing our city, our province, and indeed the entire global community. The Board of Governors salutes you today, and we hope this ceremony will be remembered as a highlight in a full and satisfying career. Remain ambitious and remain creative in all of your pursuits. Congratulations to you and your families, and our very best wishes in all your future endeavors. It is now my privilege to introduce the Honourable Mr. Dave Quest, Associate Minister, Seniors and MLA for Strathcona-Sherwood Park.
Well, thank you, Mr. Teske, and good afternoon, and it really is a privilege to be here. I've had the opportunity to speak a couple of times before, but not to the Faculty of Extension, and I think it's really great to see so many families and quite a few young kids here, which I assume are here to watch Mom or Dad graduate from the programs this afternoon, and it really is a really treat. So, Dr. Amrine, Chancellor Young, Spencer Beech, faculty members, staff, students, families, and friends, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to bring greetings on behalf of the Honourable Dave Hancock, Premier of Alberta, and the Minister of Innovation and Advanced Education. He's got two jobs right now, and all of my colleagues in the Alberta Legislature. It's been great to be here today to help you celebrate what is in many ways the first day of the rest of your lives. No matter what you plan on doing next week or next month or next year, you're all armed with the greatest tool you'll ever need, in education, which leads to an open mind. Life is full of uncertainty. It changes, evolves, grows, soars, highs and lows, and on occasion, you can crash hard. But that's no different than what you've already experienced to get to this point. All of you have had to face challenges, experience defeat, brave the unknown. Be confident in yourselves, your skills, your knowledge, and keep an open mind towards the future. One thing I've learned in my life is the value of being flexible. I certainly didn't think I'd be standing here 20 years ago. Being open to new ideas, new concepts, meeting with new people, and tackling fresh challenges. No one follows the same road in life. We're all different. We all bring our own perspectives, experiences, and history. And we're all responsible for defining our own successes and failures. With your education at one of Alberta's world-class post-secondary institutions, you're now equipped with the ability to make the life you want for yourselves a reality. You're likely eager, impatient to make the leap forward and change the course of your future. Embrace that energy, the spirit that's helped make Alberta the exciting and wonderful place that it is today is within you. How far your leadership, inspiration, and determination takes you in this province will be up to you. Alberta has a great history of dreamers achieving great things, and I think each of you will find a way to build on that legacy. As U of A grads, each of you has a bright future ahead. Be proud of what you've accomplished. Be proud of today. Look around and remember the people who you're here with today that are celebrating with you. Never forget your family, your friends, and all the people that help make today possible. I know there's a whole varied list of certificate programs that everybody's graduating from. And again, I noticed looking at the group, a number of students that have perhaps been out in the workforce for a few years, and commend all of you, because I know that typically this is not a full-time endeavor, that you're working and raising families and volunteering all at the same time. So I know it's been a lot of work, and in some cases it's taken some time. But today's the day. You made it. Congratulations.
Please welcome Dr. Carl Amrine, Provost and Vice President.
Good afternoon, everybody. As mentioned, I'm the Provost and the Vice President Academic of the University of Alberta, and it's not uncommon for people to ask me, what is a Provost and what do you do? And why should we care? The Provost functions as the Chief Academic Officer of the University, and the most significant part of my role here today is that I work with the deans, like your Dean Campbell, to make sure that the academic programs that you want to take part in are made available. So on that basis, and on behalf of President Samarasekera and the entire University of Alberta, I would like to extend to you our congratulations. Like the Faculty of Extension itself, today's ceremony is a celebration of lifelong learning. The Faculty of Extension was founded very early in the history of the university on the principle that education was not just for scholars, but for the uplifting of the whole people. Through the Faculty of Extension, people have the opportunity to pursue their passions and to continue to expand their skill sets. And as you read the program, you see a very wide array of programs represented here today. In the last little while, I've had the opportunity to travel the world and study in great detail university structures in places like China and Afghanistan and East Africa and Germany. And more, as I travel the world, I see that the so-called non-traditional learners are in fact becoming the norm. You are, in fact, more and more the evolving norm of modern post-secondary institutions, especially public institutions in the model of the Western world. Certificates and citations define a style of learning that is well suited to the rapidly changing needs of the world today and the rapidly variable and the rapidly changing needs of our learners. Different situations, complex personal conditions define when and how people are able to take advantage of what a public university has to offer. So I'd like to congratulate you all again on being the leading edge of rapid changes coming to public universities around the world. Lifelong learning and the pursuit of your passions at any point in life is part of the spirit of the University of Alberta, and it is part of the tradition of which each of you graduating this afternoon become part of. It is never too early to plan your education. Somewhere in the audience today, and I can't see you because of the bright lights, is a very young man who received a tassel from a university mortar board as he entered the auditorium today. This young man has a message from me. You have the tassel. It's time to start planning the rest. Here he is over here. It's time for you to start planning the rest of your higher education. You have the tassel. Now you have to start working on the rest of the gown. And to all of you in the audience, it is never too late to plan further access to higher education in whatever form you choose to pursue, whether it's a certificate, a degree, a postgraduate degree, a program of your choosing. So the celebration today is for your achievements. They have required sacrifice, they have required dedication from each one of you and from members of your family. Balancing the demands of an academic program and work is always challenging. Congratulations, and we hope that you will return again and again as you continue your lifelong journey of learning. And I close with the congratulations also to the families, to the friends, the children, the husbands, the wives, and the partners of our learners today, because they too are part of this journey through lifelong learning. They too are part of the price that all of you have paid to acquire advanced knowledge. Thank you and congratulations.
I was waiting for my cue. It is my real pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Spencer Beech. Spencer graduated from our faculty's own Occupational Health and Safety program with distinction in 2005. 11 years ago, an accident happened that changed his life forever, causing him to receive 3rd and 4th degree burns to 90% of his body. His doctors gave him 5% odds to survive. But he beat those odds, and while dealing with the physical and psychological scars from his injury, he started developing the life lessons he now shares with people from all over North America. Today, Spencer is a professional speaker and author, and he was named one of Edmonton's top 40 under 40 for 2013. I also learned when I was talking to him that he won an Award of Courage from Glenmos Hospital in 2005. And they are just, I think, public acknowledgments of what a very special man Spencer is and the special lessons that he's going to share with you. His book, In Case of Fire, tells the story of his terrible ordeal and what he did to deal with and overcome the huge obstacles he faced. Spencer has kindly donated 2 of his books to the ceremony this afternoon. So we will be drawing 2 names from all of you graduates who are attending this ceremony. Do they have to be here? Everybody? Okay, no leaving. And I guess you can, because we'll contact you, it says here. But I don't want you to leave, because we're going to have a lot of fun this afternoon, and we're going to meet and mingle in the reception area after the ceremony. So, Chancellor Young, Board of Governors Rep Teske, Provost Amrine, distinguished guests, graduates, families, and friends, and many, many of the Faculty of Extension's beloved friends are on the platform today. Join me in welcoming Mr. Spencer Beech.
I'm sure when you heard that I had severe burns and overcame a 5% chance, they were like, oh no, he's gonna make me cry. But I promise I won't, not today. Today is a day of celebration. Thank you, Dean Cady, Chancellor, Provost, Honorable Minister of our government. Nobody gave me a sheet to read from. I don't know what I'm talking about. But more importantly, to the friends and the family, and especially you, the graduates, congratulations. You made it. You're no longer you're looking at the finish line, you are at the finish line. You put your mark on it. It's time to let all that hard work, that effort, be part of the past and start to reap the rewards. I remember what it was like when I sat about 10, 15 rows up there. But the reality is today, I don't want to talk about what I went through to get to graduation or what any of you did. Instead, I want to talk about water. That's right. Just plain old, everyday H2O. You know, there's not a day that goes by where we don't need this source, and yet we put no thought to it. We don't think about all the benefits it gives to us or the amazing things that it does. And I think water is truly amazing. Not only without water would we have no life on this earth, but you can take water and boil it and make steam of it, and that steam can have enough power to not only move an engine of a train, but a kilometer-long train fully loaded weighing hundreds of thousands of tons. Water is very powerful. Or if you dam it up and let gravity take control and it can spin a turbine and light a city. To me, I think water's amazing. But what I find truly amazing about water, what blows my mind, is water defies its nature. You see, scientific law on the laws of expansion and contraction clearly state that when you heat a liquid, it will expand. And when you cool a liquid, it will contract. But not water. Water defies that. It laughs in the face of science. It defies its nature. And when you heat it, it expands, but when you cool it, it expands. In fact, that's a scientific impossibility, to have the exact same reaction created from opposite forces. And yet here we have water. It defies nature. And so how do we deal with it? We call it the exception. And we move on. We don't think about it anymore. We enjoy the uses that it brings to our life, but we just move on. Well, believe it or not, every single one of you in the audience today, from the family and the friends and the graduates, you are just like water. Oh, because you too are amazing. And you too are the exception. You see, you're amazing because you had an opportunity. You saw this chance to want to grow, to want to learn, to want to become more, to start a career, to change a career, to advance in a career, or maybe just to follow a passion. And you took it. And to me, that's amazing. And the reason it's amazing is because that opportunity, by taking that opportunity, goes against human nature. Because human nature, every single one of us, has this little voice hardwired in our head. You know that voice. Oh, I don't have enough time to take on this course. I'll fail if I try. I don't know if I can actually get through it. I'll have to give up time with my family, devote hours in front of a computer after I'm done my job. BlackBerry, text, email, in between the breaks. I'll have to spend money, put my hard energy into it. Oh, I don't want that. That's too hard. You know, water faces the same thing. When things start to cool down and the molecules start to slow down, everything contracts. It becomes stressful, overwhelming for the water. And every other liquid in this world will sink from that stress. But not water. Water, instead, it found a way to expand and float, to get out of that stress. And that's what makes you guys exceptional, is you defied that human nature. When all the overwhelming time that you had to devote into it and the stress, and maybe even a few tears, the loss of sleep, giving up times with your friends and family, when all of that seemed too much, you found a way to get through it. You didn't sink and get pulled down. Instead, you floated. And you rose to the surface. And you got to the finish line. So I think you're amazing. Not only the graduates, but the friends and family that have supported you through this journey. But I also think you're exceptional. Because you found a way where many people would have given up. You found a way to succeed. But the truth is, I don't really want to compare you to water today. Because if you ask me, water gave up. You see, water, all the stresses and everything compounded on it, and it found a way to float. But that was good enough for water. It just floated. And it was happy. I want you guys to fly. You see, water didn't see that there was kilometers of atmosphere above it and thousands of light years beyond that of space. Water was just happy to float. I don't want this to be the end of your journey. I want this to be the continuation of your journey. I want you to take every day and move forward from this point and continue to move forward so that your enrichment, your self-improvement, that it continues and that you continue to strive, you continue to reach, and you find that way to fly. One thing I learned through hardship is that those that find a way through it, they tend to learn. And when you learn, something amazing happens, that is you grow. And when you grow, you tend to give back. And when you give back to society, not only do you improve who you are, but you give back to society. In my opinion, that's when you learn how to fly. So don't take today as the end of your journey. Take it as just one more step in the journey. Take the time to celebrate. Oh yeah, go out and mingle in the back and go out tonight and have dinner and celebrate your friends and family. But come Monday morning, ask the same question I ask myself every day. How can I make today a better day? You don't have to answer the question. You just have to ask it. Because the moment you ask that question, I promise you, you will take another step forward. And you will go find out how you can make today a better day. So I congratulate you, the friends and the family that put up with all their overwhelming hardship. And I congratulate all the class of 2014. I know what it's like to put in the hours of commitment to the learning and to the growing. I know how much you have to give up to achieve that. And I congratulate you for your efforts, for you made it. Thank you.
Here are the 2014 Faculty of Extension graduates. For the Aboriginal Health Citation, Loretta Ann Auger. Elsie Edna Cardinal. Jody Lynn Ellen. Cornelia Gwendolyn Judd. Mary Etta Grace Okemo. Phyllis Rattlesnake. Richard Berry Running Rabbit. Kayla Ashley Love Ward. Joanne Wells. Holly Ann Wolfleg. Jerome Joseph Yellowdirt. And now for the Applied Geostatistics Citation, Stephen Ayasi Lomudi. And now for the Applied Land Use Planning Certificate, Amanda Irene Bax. Wendy Lynn Bergen. Diane Dawn Cloutier. Carol Dawn Lukasiewicz. Victoria Irene Rigler. Sally Rawson. Jennifer Ray Sunderman. And now for the Business Analysis Professional Citation, Hassem Shehzad Alam. Diane Lynn Gunderson. Robin Evelyn Halliday. Lori Ann Hartman. Jared Huang. Richard Douglas Jaworski. Kavita Kaur. Taher Firoz Kushnud. Brian McKinnon. Christine Joy Santiago Oro. Sunil Pashar. Jason Brooke Ross. Therayu Thamwang. And now for the certificate in adult and continuing education, Kathy Bretnell. Veronica Cornelia Gavrila. Miranda Leah Jursak. Judy Lynn Clara Kelly. Gilbert Camille Laflamme. Mary Jo McClay. Lorene Marianne McLaughlin. Kevin Berry Whelan. Shauna Adele Zaechuk. Norman Zimmer. And now for the certificate in local government and municipal administration, Teresa Dawn Olson. Pamela Peary. And now for the citation in entrepreneurship, Najma Altaf Sadruddin Karim. Yasmin Karim Karim. And now for the citation for construction, Ayman Mohammed Al-Miknad. Darcy Darrell Jones. Hannah Matova. David John Morris. Arnulfo Gerardo Nava Pineda. Mohammed Amjad Ali Siddiq. And now for the Environmental Resource Management Certificate, Svetlana Erlich. Naomi Sylvia Mukasa. Paula Marcela Pera. And now for the Fine Arts Certificate, Alereza Roshdi Emami. Kathleen Newman. And now for the Human Resources Management Certificate, Robin Marie Anderson. Susan Jane Babiak. Human Resources Management Association of Edmonton Award is granted to the graduate with highest grade point average in the certificate program. Neil Riley, CHRP, Member of Board of Directors, HRIA, presents the award to Stella Chidinima Kalu. Rosa Melissa Bedassi. Octavian Boschone. Jennifer Leah Buckley. Linda Jurisic. Natasha Lynn Dubé. Jan Elizabeth Farquharson. Bernice Mary Gartner. Jazblidi Kires. Ravati Amit Lankar. Gina Norala. Brenda Lynn Odekirk. Andrea Elaine Roy. Shruti Sharma. Natalia Therese Lynch. And now for the Information Access and Protection of Privacy Certificate. Jean Archambault. Jose Luis Cabeza Gonzalez. Lisa Joan Pottle. Christy May Edna York. And now for the Information Technology Management Certificate, Teresa Veve. Mitra Moseni. Jirija Nagapan. Diana Alexandra Cabezas. And now for the Management Citation, Rosmina Daridia. Narmin Ashakali Hassam. Yasmin Huda. Gultaj Imtiaz Kara. Noor Lakhani. And now for the Management Development Certificate. The Canadian Institute of Management Award is granted to the graduate with the highest grade point average in the certificate program. Cindy Yodosi, President, Canadian Institute of Management, Northern Alberta, Northwest Territories Branch, presents the award to Robert John Woods. Savannah Eliak. Denise Patricia Gannon. Eduardo Alberto Ran Gonzalez Vera. Donna Ray Hayward. Linda Hooft. Corey Matthew Jack. Joanne Heather Juravinsky. Olga Kroll. Vianney Landeros Rodriguez. Sharon Elaine Lewandijk. Francisco Jose Mogolan Galeno. Wendy Morin. Julian David Munoz Duque. Monica Joyce Newman. Randall Perrotta. Carlos Sule Quintero Lopez. Maya Rathwell. Sean Guy-Louis Rathwell. Carol Mino Alvarez. Gronya Ryan. Jennifer Alice Schindel. Elizabeth Sulakowski. Kim Kyok Tan. Emmeline Lisbeth Villaruel. Carlos Lara. And now for the Management Development Certificate for Professional Engineers, Geologists, and Geophysicists, Ping Gao. And now for the National Advanced Certificate in Local Authority Administration, Level 1, Sally Lutich-Derry. Sally is also graduating from the National Advanced Certificate in Local Authority Level 2 program. Christine Ann Holman. Emily Jane House, who is also graduating from the National Advanced Certificate in Local Authority Level 2 program. Michael Scott Cartouche. Jill Ashley Semeniuk. Sarah Marie Zimmer. And now for the National Advanced Certificate in Local Authority Administration, Level 2. Society of Local Government Managers of Alberta Achievement Award is a cash award for graduate with the highest grade point average in the certificate program. Tim Timmins, Society of Local Government Managers Representative, presents the award to Elsie Julia Hutton. Society of Local Government Managers of Alberta Achievement Award is a cash award for graduate with the highest grade point average in the certificate program. Tim Timmons presents the award to Tarina Eileen Proudfoot. Tarina is also graduating from the National Advanced Certificate in Local Authority Level 1 program. Aileen Margaret Giesbrecht. Kelly Thomas Jensen. David Allen McReynolds. Graham Roy Scott. And now for the Occupational Health and Safety Certificate. Alberta Human Services awards a cash award for the graduate with the highest grade point average in the certificate program. Ian Hooper, Director, Partnerships in Injury Reduction, Jobs, Skills, Training and Labor, presents the award to Ayula Abiodun Oladiran. Ferhan Abugabal. Brian Ackerman. Darren Mark John Annabelle. Shelley Diane Barton. Stacy Elaine Benson. John Allen Berry. Maria Rebecca Francisco Bolila. Kathleen Gladys Brinza. Brian Emmett Carabine. Brian Wayne Conroy. Harold Denton Craig. Sean David Francis Cullen. Daniel Derendigger. Daniel is also graduating from the Human Resources Management Certificate Program with distinction. Lauren Joanne Dick. Njwacha George Abeso. Valerie Leanne Gonda. Ehab Durej Hamdan. Amin Mohammed Ali Jivraj. Devin Lee Johnston. Lori Kinlock. Lori Kleparchuk. Leanne Dawn Nelson. Jerry Lynn Koenig. Angela Erin Lal. Rudy Lutz. Kieran Lucien Little. Sarah Jean McClellan. Christopher Andrew McLennan. Todd Evans McCabe. Catherine Donnellan McCubbin. Kimberly Jean McDougall. Glenda Lynn Meshin. Astrid Catherine Mitchell. Kezia Catherine Jane Morrison. Angus Benson Masege. Vrinda Shambhu Naik. Kimberly Ann Nedo. Steve Sewan Ng. Kenneth Dale Nielsen. Timothy Michael Olson. Eric Pare. Denise Marie Plouffe. Lisa Ann Portis. Danielle May Riddle. Armando Enrique Rivera Hurtado. Patrick Strider Rochefort. Matthew Souza Rodriguez. Deanna Lee Sandwith. Jonathan Shire. Kessie Stevens. Lena Stotko. Joshna Jagdish Tambe. Jolene Thorne. Drissa Traor. Riaz Rameshwar Osman. Rebecca Rachel Valieres. Greg Todd Van Riper. Blake Richard Vickery. Gilles Robert Wendler. Curtis James Wedge. And now for the Residential Interiors Certificate, Lisa Ann Basaraba. Elizabeth Bissett. Jessica Bloom. Deanna Dixon. Jillian Jean Garvey. Sayeda Masuma Galani. Catherine Hunt. Allison Corpizio. Carolyn Elizabeth Leclerc. Rosella Lynn Loan. Melissa Melnick. Megan Minogue. Zeph Samuel Mitchell. Marilyn Georgina Muka. Anne Elizabeth Ricks. Ingrid Ala Scott. Paula Taylor. Jody Vo. And now for the Spanish language certificate, Olivia Helena Kroll. And now for the supervisory development citation, Dwayne Michael Dawson. Gloria Violet Holloway. Parminderjet Singh Sandhu. This concludes the 2014 Faculty of Extension presentations. Please welcome Mr. Don Fleming from the University of Alberta Alumni Association.
Eminent Chancellor, Dr. Amrine, Mr. Teskey, Mr. Quest, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, parents, distinguished guests. Good afternoon. My name is Don Fleming, and it's my honor to be here with you today to induct the graduates of today's class of 2014 into the University of Alberta Alumni Association. As a representative of the University of Alberta Alumni Council, it's my pleasure to recognize all of today's certificate and citation recipients as associate alumni, and to acknowledge your commitment and your connection to this university. Welcome to our alumni family. Among your distinguished fellow alumni, there are a former Prime Minister, a Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, and a Nobel laureate. Our alumni include outstanding builders, business leaders, artists, educators, and humanitarians. In fact, our alumni can be found on nearly every continent on Earth, each dedicated in his or her own way to the uplifting of the whole people. Today, you become associate alumni of the University of Alberta, and so it's my great pleasure to welcome you and at this point to officially induct you into the University of Alberta Alumni Association. Bienvenue à notre famille mondiale. Graduates, would you please stand? As a new ambassador for the University of Alberta, I call upon you to use the knowledge you have gained here for the betterment of yourselves and for others. I call upon you to maintain a lifelong connection with your university. As an alumnus of the University of Alberta, be proud of your certificate and of your fellow alumni. Nurture the lifelong friendships that you have cultivated through your connection with this campus. Celebrate our university's many successes and recommend the U of A to others. Take part in your alumni association's many events and activities. Today, you have become a member of a powerful worldwide network of friends and colleagues. And so on behalf of all your fellow alumni, welcome. Welcome to the University of Alberta Alumni Association. Félicitations et bonne chance. Congratulations and best wishes to you in all your future endeavors. Thank you. Please be seated.
Please welcome your Dean, Dr. Katie Campbell.
So imagine Snow White waking up for her coffin and the little birds are singing, around her, and she goes tra-la-la. That's how I feel on graduation day when I wake up. It's just the happiest day of the year for all of us. Good moods abound. Nobody complains. My door was even open, and I didn't get a single person in today saying, I want you to do something about this. So we are all so proud of you, all your teachers, your colleagues, your mentors, people who supervised your placements, whatever you needed to do as part of your learning. Everybody is just really, really proud of you. This also is the first year that you've gowned up. So for 102 years, I think, we did not do that. And this is the first year, and you all look really great. So thank you very much for doing that. I still saw great ties and bow ties and necklaces and stuff, though. I could see that. So after a little while, a year maybe even sooner, you're going to forget that you thought at least once about giving up, right? And you're going to come back, and you've been learning in between anyways, because every second is a learning time for all of us. For instance, just this afternoon, I learned that we're never getting rid of potholes. Thank you very much. Spencer Beech, now I know. Why, it's just like we're just not gonna. But boy, what a story, eh? What a story from Spencer. I will remember that and tell it to my husband tonight, and also to my grandchildren when I talk to them by Skype this weekend. It's just really amazing. Thank you. Things trying to strangle me here. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a couple of stories and repeat some of the themes that you've heard already today. So personally, except for my first degree, I did all of graduate school part-time as a single mother, some of it from another country. So I know how often you have to make really tough decisions about your commitments to family, to work, to the community, to your colleagues and peers, between courses, which one are you going to put more effort to in right now, which one aren't you? And you do that and you carry on making great contributions in class to your fellow learners, to the University of Alberta, to the teachers who learn from you, and to the wider multiple communities of which you are part. And you, or why post-secondary education is so important to the well-being of our country and world. And learners like you, as Dr. Amrine noted, are beginning to have a very large impact on what the typical formal learner looks like today. Even 5 years ago, the majority of undergraduate students, for example, were under 25, single and from Alberta, many of them here learning in preparation for working. But this university, and this faculty in particular, emphasize learning for social action, to make life better for all. And that promise to be part of the uplifting of the whole people has attracted and been true of 4 generations of Campbell women. Guess which one I am? Cowards. My grandmother, a British headmistress, came to Canada after World War I. Because she was married, she was blocked from teaching in Alberta schools because married women couldn't teach. So, not one to be daunted, she started a home for wayward boys. Can you imagine? Probably they're just rambunctious boys today, or boys just being boys today. But at the time, they were called wayward boys. Actually, my grandfather was a police officer, and he picked up people that weren't in school. What's that called? Truant officer. He was a truant officer, so I think that's how the business grew. Anyways, Granny made great use of Extension's resources, including CKUA and the film library. So I remember those resources coming into the house when I was little. She was pretty scary, actually. Not surprisingly, my mother wanted to be a teacher as well. But along came World War II, and instead she rolled in the Navy and went to Halifax for the duration of the war. While she was there, she also worked at a chocolate factory and hitchhiked many times to New York to see a brand new singer that they were all like crazy about. Guess who that was? Nobody? Frank Sinatra. So we have a picture of my mother in her uniform with her colleagues hitchhiking to New York, and someone's written on it, "Keeping the world safe for democracy." Anyway, when she returned home, she's able to attend normal school because of the Alberta equivalent of the GI Bill. So Alberta as a province has always been a province that's cared deeply about learning and about what learning can add to the community. She was 5 years older at the time than anybody else there, and it made her pretty anxious, but it also made her determined. When I was little, she went back to finish her degree in the new Faculty of Education, and later, when I was a teenager, went back again for a master's degree in Ed Psych. She was teaching full-time and had 3 teenage daughters, and that might have been why she chose Ed Psych, I don't know. And a traditional 60s-era husband who wanted clean shirts every day. So I did notice that the cocktail hours started to get longer and longer at the end of the day between both of them. She was coping, So then there is me. I'm the oldest child, teaching full-time, single mother, doing volunteer work, going to school at night and all summer for 3 years to get my M.Ed, thinking longingly of the lake. And even to this day, I think it's just so wrong to work in the summer. And then because my middle sister, who is younger and much brighter, brilliant actually, and I got compared to my middle sister by the teachers, got a PhD, I thought, well, I have to get a PhD. Even though I'd cried every single night on the way home when I was doing my M.Ed, and I kid you not, it was like miserable. And I'm sure some of you have cried in the car on the way home too. You guys, I bet you did. But I persevered, even from a 2-year stint at a teacher college in upstate New York, and I got that piece of paper. Although when I asked if I could come in the summer to convocate, I was told no, I had to convocate in November and I couldn't get the time off. So that's a regret. So remember this day as a great day. My sister Lori's a whole different story, and I'll tell you that some other time, but just suffice it to say my parents despaired of her graduating from high school, let alone university. A football team, bleachers, and marijuana was involved. But she did. She did. And in her 40s got a PhD. And so all of us were learning to work so much as we were working for the privilege of learning. And that, I think, describes you and more of who we're working with in the world today. My daughter Courtney has a BA, but currently building up a clientele in the artificial eyelash business. So hope she's using that BA. So, honored graduates, you represent the transformation of higher education into what our founding president, Henry Marshall Tory, had in mind all along. University of Alberta, through the Faculty of Extension, cares deeply about your access to learning from wherever you are and whatever your experience and life journey has been. And we care about your successful learning journey, and even more, the potential or certainty of your significant contributions to the public good. to the communities that we all live in. And to all your supporters, thanks for making this possible. You only have one duty left. Actually, it's a moral obligation. That is to present your graduate with a big celebratory hug and a dinner reservation at a really expensive place. And in fact, why don't we all have a group hug? Tom, how about you guys have a group hug down there too? Come on, hug. No? Okay. And while I'm teasing Tom Dust, who I've known for 20 years? 25 years. I want to thank you and your group of musicians very, very much for every year playing us in and out during our graduation. It's fabulous. Thank you all. Now, what about this big prize? Aren't we giving away your books, Spencer?
They're going to be drawn in the smell later.
Later. Sorry. Later. See you in the lobby.
Congratulations to all the 2014 graduates. Just a few announcements before we all meet again in the foyer. Please join us in the foyer for refreshments. Alumni affairs are available for approximately 1 hour for purchasing parchment frames. Please remain seated until the procession has left the auditorium and the band has completed their final song. And once again, thank you for attending the 2014 Faculty of Extension graduation ceremony.
Everybody's for the flag. Something peppy.